Well, good morning, everybody. This is Capri in Final Fantasy XIV, A Realm Reborn. Here to show you a video about how I leveled Culinarian to level 30 in about 8 hours, even with all of my AFKs and farming materials myself. I will include your farm, buy, craft list in the description below, and I encourage you to copy and paste that for your own use. To obtain level 15, I pretty much just made refined materials that I would be using later, such as table salt, maple sugar, sunset wheat flour, smooth butter, and pie dough. At level 15, you can start crafting walnut bread and apple tarts, which are used in your repeatable level 20 leaves. At this point, I crafted more apple tarts than walnut bread because walnut bread is actually something that I intend to sell, and I care about making a high quality. At this point, I struggle to make high quality because 1, I'm a low-level Culinarian, and 2, I don't have any other Disciple of the Hand leveled on this character. But you know what? I'm not too worried about it because things will become easier in time. Once I hit level 20, I was able to turn in all of those apple tarts, and I used some of my walnut bread as well to get to level 25. The apple tarts I turned in at Quarry Mill in South Shroud, while the walnut bread, that's actually turned in Limsa Lominsa. At level 25, I began crafting Chamomile Tea for repeatable Culinarian leaves. Using a cheap buff food as a timer, I would craft for 30 minutes, turn in my leaves that I had the foods for, do something IRL, and then come back and craft for another 30 minutes. Rinse and repeat, and I had enough materials to make 99, and I wound up using all of them, which got me to and actually past level 30. After I obtained level 30, I decided it was time to make a little bit of guild to help pay for the investment that I made. And I decided that since I was too low-leveled and too underskilled as a Culinarian to make high qualities reliably, I was going to do something else. I was going to make dyes. I spent a couple hours really taking it easy, browsing YouTube, watching movies and stuff like that, while farming. And I farmed fire and water crystals, because that's what Culinarians use to make their dyes, and I also farmed pigments. I farmed about 70 of each crystal and about 30 blue, red, green, and purple pigments. And after that, I went through the list of dyes that I could craft on the market board and crafting the dyes that are worth at least 1,000 gil price per unit. This is the key to being a profitable crafter, is to always make sure that the product is worth more than the materials. Even if you farmed the materials, make sure the product is worth more. If the materials are worth more, then you're better off, and you will make more gil by selling the materials raw. And when it came time to listing, I did my typical routine of making sure, double, triple checking everything that I was selling to make sure that it was worth at least 1,000 gil. And, I listed it in stacks of 1 because there was so many stacks of like 2s, 3s, 99s, and weird numbers like 7s and stuff. I refused to undercut, and in fact I overcut on a lot of these dyes simply because, when the cheaper ones sell, mine will be next in line. Plus, with smarter stack sizes, people are more apt to purchase my item rather than one of those weird stack sizes or a stack of 99 when they only want 1 or 2. And now for my favorite part of the video, and that is looting the gil. From my first retainer, I made 21,000 gil, and from my second retainer, I pulled off 12,000 gil, for a total of 33,000 gil made just with these dyes in single stacks. Pretty awesome, right? Alright, I would like to say thank you for watching my video, and I am now celebrating 91 subscribers and over 6,700 views. So, to kind of celebrate, I would like to do a question and answer video upon reaching 100 subscribers. So please leave questions and comments in the comments below, and thumbs up any questions that you really want me to answer. And I will see you probably in a couple of days when I show you the video about leveling to 50 Culinarian.